I hate whatever this is.
My mic was apparently not turned on in OBS. Good. So I was commentating for nothing right now the entire time. God damn it. God damn it. Oh well. A lot of commentating happening here. Lots of praising happening here and all of that, but oh. God damn. We do get the down on Momo here right after the unhook. The dead hard unfortunately not hitting. Kenshi now injured. The last one up is most likely going to be a 4K2. That really sucks. I thought I was doing decently well. Like, I recovered decently well after commentating, and then, like, I had a rough start, and I recovered decently well. And then apparently I was muted the entire time. We do get the hit here on Momo, though. Going to opt to go after Kenshi instead. Since Momo can't really do much right about now, there's basically no chance that Momo gets a generator done in time. Actually, wait. Oh, we are Momo. For some reason I thought we left Momo, but no, we're still Momo. We are going to get the hook here. Are going to go after K. We do get the swing to the pellet on Kenshi. This is going to be the 4K2. I really hate that I was muted for most of that. I that sucks. Oh well. Definitely well played by Crow. I'm sorry for being muted. We will see if Momo on the Blight most likely will be able to do better than this after the intermission. Here we are again now with the next game. We now have Momo on the Blight. And Obscura on the Survivor. And me on the commentator, this time not muted. Good job, me. I'm proud of me. Going to start out the game pretty normally, just going to rush to the other side of the map. See if we can see anybody. Momo here already, we can see, has a strong build. We have the Pain with Eruption, Deadman Switch, and, well, Corrupt, just to make sure that the gens don't get out too early. Momo here almost getting a hit on Crow, but unfortunately the... unfortunately the rush runs out just before that. Crow, unfortunately not holding the check spot right on this weird tile though, is going to get hit early with an M1 and immediately rush down for the first down of the game. Not the deliverance at the very least, so that's good. But at the same time, he doesn't have any strong anti-tunneling. He only has off the record, which can easily be denied, honestly. Especially on a killer like the Blight, who does very actively want to tunnel. We do see the Emerald here immediately going for the unhook, trying to get his deliverance in. He's going to plot twist in front of Momo though. So Momo is forced to go for the pickup, because otherwise the Emerald is just going to pick themselves up. It's a lose-lose situation, honestly, because either he picks up the Emerald and he just deliverances, or he goes after Crow and the Emerald will just plot twist, pick himself up. Meanwhile, Crow has managed to hide. Meaning, unfortunately, we did allow the deliverance to happen, as well as not managing to tunnel out Crow. But we are going to check the edge maps here. We are most likely going to find Crow. We would have most likely found Crow. Oh no, we do find Crow. We are, right before we are ready to leave back to the Emerald, we do see or hear Crow here. Are going to not go after the Emerald, are just going to go after Crow. Are going to get it down most likely here. Yes, we will. Crow going to get tunneled here. Unfortunately, the off the record did run out, so that hit just not happening. Already at 3 hooks here with no... Well, I was about to say with no extreme gen progress, but we do already see one generator popping. We do see a second one already close to completion. There is also one affected by Deadman Switch, which likely also has a decent bit of progress already. We do get a tag on Stau here at the very least. We do have all 3 people injured now, meaning it's going to be incredibly difficult for the survivors here to do any kind of save, meaning Crow is most likely going to just have to die on that hook. But at the same time, the survivors only need to do 2 more generators, so it could maybe just take this. Survivors here are going to heal up. The Momo does have to go back to the hook. Has to make sure that that unhook definitely doesn't happen, because that could be devastating towards him. He's just going to have to camp it out while the survivors get the chance to reset for kinda free, considering Crow was kinda dead weight at that point. Yes, Crow will die on the hook for the first kill of the game, I suppose. But meanwhile, the survivors have managed to completely heal up. Unfortunately, Finger Guns dropping the shack pedal just a tiny bit too late. Does get this done, but unfortunately also gets hit through the pallet. Is going to just get down. Would have gotten down there most likely, but Momo unfortunately back bumped, causing him to not get around that corner in time, and is going to have to eat the pallet. We do get the down here though, unfortunately. The Emerald is going to get his generator hit by that eruption. Meanwhile, Shadow is going to switch sides of the map, is going to... I fucked up. Oh no. We have an invisible blight somewhere. And apparently on Shadow. Yes, he's on Shadow somewhere. I keep fucking that up. Where the fuck is the blind? Oh, wait. Did behavior make the bug worse? It used to reset 1 and 1. No, we haven't. We still have invisible blind. No, we're playing in. We got the blind back. It's all fine. We got the blind back. I love spectator bugs. They're so lovely. This game is so well made. It works so well. Just going to have to keep on going here though. We did have one very scuffed looking chase was stood out there, but it did work out. But now the game has severely slowed down. We are back into chase against Shadow, but Shadow has already been healed up by now. Momo does have to defend that generator here that is being worked on. It is still... Oh. Finger guns here hiding in the corner, but unfortunately is going to get spotted by Momo and is going to get tagged. Is just going to have to go towards the shack here. It's going to try to use the life, but Momo is about to get his rushes back, so it's most likely not going to get him anywhere. He does manage to make one pallet here, but unfortunately loses the mind game, even though I'm pretty sure he was mostly safe there. Is going to get down. What? Why did it kick me out? Okay. Thank you, behavior. We are going to be back in chase against Dao here. My attention span is already slack. Going to keep on chasing here. We do get the camaraderie active on finger guns here, but are not going to make great use of it. Are just going to take the down here. We are going to take the hook though, because it is the pain rest hook, meaning the M will have to get off that generator. The M will unfortunately did get a skill check though, is going to get hit by the DMS as well. This is most likely going to mean that this will be a 4K3 for Momo here. Finger guns does have the decisive strike, but that is only going to do much if the M will can go for the save in that time. Finger guns is in the position here to go for a lockup play. Is going to actually make it though, since Momo didn't immediately swing. Momo considering if he should eat the DS or go after the unhook. He does decide to go after the... No, he does see the survivor's healing though. He's just going to wait a few more seconds, it seems. He has the decisive strike timer in mind. He's just going to wait it out really quickly. Someone probably on his team was apparently keeping track, or are overweighting it a little bit just to be safe. The survivors do not have any significant gen progress after all. Now the timer is over. We are just going to... So us are just going to chill around, not really able to do anything since all of the generators are kind of on that side of the map. Or around the locker. DMS is active once again. If this is not a 4K3, then I don't really know anymore. The M-Wool is back on a generator. Shadow should probably proc the DMS here on this generator though, but I don't think he will. Yes, he will actually. He does intentionally proc the DMS, giving Momo that little bit of information, but it doesn't mean that the M-Wool is able to safely work on a generator without being interrupted by the DMS in a great way. Momo is going to take a look around for survivors here for some reason. I don't exactly know why. Is going to go onto the generator now though. Is going to find progress and scratch marks. Doesn't know that the M-Wool is on it now. Is going to look around, but the M-Wool is stealthing this pretty well. Might just be fine. Shadao meanwhile has gotten back on the generator. Momo is going to go back to the generator. definitely very difficult situation here. That was looking like a pretty doable win con for Obscura here. But it did go, like, fleet away incredibly quickly. Those multiple injuries happening while a person was on the hook dying was just incredibly crippling. The Emul and Shadao having to play an incredibly slow game. They have to keep working on the generators. When we're going to immediately going to go back, is going to find Shadao here at the very least. Shadao doesn't have that much to work with, is just going to have to drop the pallet. He does have Dead Heart though, which if used right could do a lot here. Is going to win the 50s here against Momo. Is going to win every single 50, 4 50s in a row. Is going to unfortunately not get this one down, however. Momo is going to get the Bloodlust. Momo. Oh. Shadao also going to get the Dead Heart now. The Emerald is going to be able to finish his generator, which is going to be the Tycon. Which is incredibly well. No, never mind. Shadao at the last moment greets the pallet, which is going to let the eruption happen here. I don't know. No, the Emerald will finish the generator though. Yes! It is going to be a 4K2 for Momo here. But it is Tycon at the very least. Being the first match of the first set of the day is just going to be the tie. They have no way to recover, so yes, that will be the result. Well, I did see something in... Actually, no. Did see something interesting? Yes. What coin? Well, I have to check that out. Going to be back after intermission though. And here we are again now. Oh god, the filters are going to be whack with Freddy. With the next set, we now have Freddy on DDS, Julian playing the Freddy. Also to clarify, for the last set, there was no penalty given to Momo because I decided that the cut coin didn't make too much of a difference over the Mori that should have been brought, so I just opted to not give a penalty here. But we do start out this game strong as already. We find DM Rule in a vulnerable spot. He's just going to get hit immediately. Julian is going to try to get these hindered on DM Rule, but unfortunately not going to hit it. We are going to try to go for a playway. We do get the Haunted Crowns already out of the way. Unfortunately, without anybody in chase right now just yet, we do find somebody here now. We are on Crow, who is already asleep. Are going to go for a sneaky mind game. Are going to get it. Crow doesn't have a pellet here and is just going to get insta down from the haunted ground that he cleansed. We do also see that another totem was cleansed, although I don't know which one. Maybe the Blood Favor was cleansed. We do see the Ruin also going. No, what got cleansed? So somebody was on the tower, I guess. We do chase finger guns here. We could have gotten the down finger guns here actually, but unfortunately Julian missed the snare. So he's not, unfortunately, not going to get the second haunted ground down. Would have been an incredibly strong start, but to be fair, this is already plenty strong enough of a start. It would have just been an incredibly insane start to have an injure and a down already. Oh well. We did unfortunately lose the ruin by now. We have lost... What? Crow disconnecting here? Why? Crow's game crashed. I mean, I can't, like, the thing is, they could have... like, I can't allow the restart there, because, like, a down already happened with Haunted Ground, like... If I allow the restart to happen in that situation, there will be cases where people will just abuse that, and if they have an incredibly bad early, they will just DC and be like, oh yeah, we, like... Well, that really sucks for Obscura. But I don't think I can allow the restart there. So I guess they'll have to play it out. Obscura is going to hate me today. Already 2 rule decisions made against them. But like, I mean, to be fair, like, it's a haunted ground down start, and if people were really like, okay, we're just going to DC at 5 gens because we had a really horrible start, then... Like, if it would have been something else, if that would have been a normal down and like a pretty normal start, and I could have easily allowed that thing to happen. But they got a start that was going to be pretty difficult to recover from a haunted ground and an injure. So they are just going to have to probably take the loss on this set here. And if only, like, DVD would allow you to reconnect, but unfortunately that's not a thing. This allows the option to have, like, in a custom game, if somebody, like, disconnects, just let them stand there AFK, and then if they come back, they can reconnect. That would be... Say one instance if you can't tell result. But, wait, he's bringing up the rules again? There are two decisions. I... This is a pain to make a decision on. What the fuck's going on there? Okay, Julian is using like teleportation techniques. Like the painful part with that is that like, yeah, like if I allow this to be a replay, then they will like people can actually use that ruling to in the future reason like, oh yeah, we did have a really horrible early game, but you know we had a DC, so we can restart, right? Like the only advantage they really had is that they got the ruin out, but they had an early down, so the ruin was not even worth it. It was. Uh, I mean, I can watch it back on Mamo's stream right now. I can see when exactly the DC was. I don't know. Like the fact that it was a haunted grounds like start is the difficult part. I think it was really early, but it was like he like DC'd roughly like 10 seconds before he would have hit second stage. Before the trade would have happened. Which, yeah. It upsets me it's on the ground. It's just annoying. I can just ask if. What do you mean, no, Julian? I. Okay, so I'm now in the position where no matter what decision I make, one side is going to be upset. Yeah, it's apparently going to be replayed. I'm going to hi, Baba. Here we are again now with Freddy, hopefully without any internet dying this time, so I have to not make rule decisions, because those are always fucking annoying, because no matter what you decide, somebody is going to be displeased. We're just going to play hopefully more normal game of Freddy this time. Unfortunate part is that this time the survivors are aware of the haunted ground, so they might be significantly more careful with cleansing totems, I would say, but they opt not to. They are just going to play the exact same, basically, just going to get on totems immediately. Already 2 survivors on totems here. Fingerguns is already going to be in chase, is going to be the down already because he fucked up the fast vault. How was that a medium vault? Ah. We do see the first totem here popping, and once again it is the haunted ground. Was he slowed? Oh yeah, he was. Oh, I play against so few Freddys, man. I don't know. No, they don't. I mean, they can't hear you. Stop talking. I seem like a madman. I'm just talking to myself here. We are going to try to go for a bit of a mind game here on game over. Is apparently not going to work out though. He did run. Keep on running. Could have maybe gone after Shadow here instead. We did see him on the generator here. I did opt not to do so. We do try to see if we can get the pallet explode hit there. Unfortunately not. We do see another totem has popped. This time the blood favor, so already a bit different from last game. We do see the Emerald here going for the unhook. Is due to the snare going to scream, unfortunately, is not going to get the unhook, is going to get the trade instead. Fingergun's just going to try to leave the basement here, is going to have to drop the shack pallet. Julian maybe going back down, no, he's going to just lug the Emerald in the basement, is going to keep going after Fingerguns. Is definitely doing significantly better with the snares this game than he did last game. Maybe going to see a sneaky mind game here. Yes, Fingerguns is going to fall for it. He does run right into him. We do see Shadow here coming in for the body block, however, which is going to be a bit costly. They are severely lacking on gen progress right about now, after all. Fingerguns is going to make 2 pellets here, however. Is going to win the mind games here, is going to be able to keep it just a little bit longer. It was a pretty safe position for Julian to get the down, and he does in the end get it. We might see a save from Shadow here. No, Shadow doesn't go for the save, but game over did. Fingerguns does in fact get saved. Is no longer asleep, unfortunately, which is why saves really fucking suck as Freddy. Downing somebody puts him out of the sleep. But then, if they get saved, they're just awake, even though you didn't actually get the hook from it. We do get the down now, however. But also we see the first generator of the game popping. We also see another totem popping. Unfortunately, being the ruin, not the thrill of the hunt. But it does show that at least going for Fingerguns there at the start was worth it. Because otherwise, he would have broke that ruin way, way earlier. He was like 99 on that after all. Meanwhile, the Emerald has already made a ton of distance. Somehow. Julian is just going to opt to tunnel out. Fingerguns here. The game now having slowed down significantly. Julian having basically no perks. I mean, really, actually having no perks. Survivors do not have any kind of boon. So there's no reason for them to ever get on a totem ever again. So the thrill of the hunt is just completely useless. We are going to see people here going to get ready for the unhook. The Emerald. And game over. Both here to get the unhook. Unfortunately, Julian hit Fingerguns on the hook here. Which is going to almost cost him the 2 injures here, but fortunately he does get it. We are just going to keep chasing after Fingerguns here and are going to get it, I'm pretty sure. No, he does make this pallet as well. But I believe he can't make much for much longer. He does fail the mind game. He does try to make this pallet. Unfortunately, that pallet is a dream pallet. So he's just going to get downed and killed. For the first kill of the game here at 4 generators still. Survivors are getting close to popping the next one. I fucked up again. We have Invisible Freddy again. No, okay, he thankfully does teleport, so we do get him back. We do get into chase against game over here. Are going to leave him, however, after missing the snare. Is going to go look for somebody else. Look for somebody on a more important gen, I suppose, but we do not see anybody on these gens at all. We do have another generator popping now. At least, fortunately, Julian didn't seem to have lost that much from that previous good start. He still has a kill at 3 gens even after the restart, which is definitely good. We do get the hit through the pallet here on Game Over. He just Game Over just being a little bit too greedy there. And is going to, I'm pretty sure, vault too early. I'm pretty sure he was still safe there, but does decide to vault it early and is going to get hit because of it. Is going to be the second fresh hook of the game. Definitely not the easiest position here for Obscura to be in. Freddy is supposed to be a weaker killer after all. I mean, he is like B tier, I'm pretty sure right now, but even then, he's still not an amazingly strong killer. So this is already a really bad position to be in against him. We do see the unhook here on Game Over happening. He's just going to immediately leg it. He does have the aura reading on the Freddy here due to the Wicked, which is going to be incredibly helpful. Making sure that absolutely no kind of mind game is allowed to work. But he is going to be asleep in just a moment, meaning he is going to have to deal with the snares. This pallet is already downed. Game Over does manage to fake it though. Is going to be able to run it a little bit longer. Is going to get down now though. We do see another generator popping, however. So Obscura is starting to be in a bit of a better position. They might be able to finish one more generator. Yeah, they should be able to finish that generator still before Game Over would die. Meaning they should be able to get at the very least a 4K1 in this position, unless they have a really, really bad chase now. We do see the Emerald immediately going for the save, aware that they're aiming for the 4K1 play here. Julian is also aware of it though. He did figure out, wait, that unhook was a bit too quick. They're probably trying to distract me. We do see another hit through the pallet. Obscura not being the most careful with the pallets today. Shadao is just going to be downed here, I believe. No, he does make the vault. But is going to get downed now. Game Over in the meanwhile does get healed at the very least, meaning he is no longer in that gigantic risk of dying just yet. Are going to get the hook right next to the high focus generator here. Game Over. I fucked up again. Thank God he kicked the generator. I really need to stop changing POVs. You would think at some point I would learn, considering this bug has been around since the very start. Like, since the test match, that bug has been around. It's been multiple months. It's been like 15, 16, like a lot of games, like a lot of matches played with that bug around, and I still haven't learned that it is that I shouldn't be switching POVs while a hook is happening. We do once again see the play here happening, getting the snare right as the unhook is supposed to happen, allowing us to just delay the unhook for a few more seconds to get the trade in. Shadao here messing up a little bit, almost going to get down, but the endurance still lasting quite a bit because of the borrowed time. We do almost get it down here, but no, the borrowed time, haste, and endurance allowed him to be quite safe. We are going to teleport over to Game Over here. Over to Game Over. Are going to get attack here. Shadao is just going to have to go pick up the Emerald. I'm pretty sure they can stack the generator though. The Emerald does have Proof Thyself, so they should be able to actually finish that one before Game Over were to die, unless Julian opts to go back to the generator, which does appear like he is planning to do so. It's going to kick game over generator here, and I'm probably going to go back over to the generator there. Yes, the teleport is happening. No, he's faking the teleport, trying to bait them to run into him, which does seem to have some success here. We do find the M-Wool on the pallet here. The M-Wool opting to play the pallet a bit safer this time, but unfortunately dropping it too safely, I suppose. Just going to get down, not being able to vault back over it. But meanwhile, game rule should be game over. Game rule. Yeah, game over and game rule are fused. Game over, trying to get back on his generator here. Unfortunately, not really managing to do so though. Julian is just going to keep on slugging. He really wants that 4k2. It is a really strong result as Freddy after all. Game over doesn't really have much to work with here, I believe. Yeah, he has nothing to work with here, honestly. He's going to run into the fractured pallet, into the dream pallet. Unfortunately, he is not asleep, so he doesn't get down by it just yet. But he is going to be a kill here. I believe, yes, Shadow and DM will do not have time to finish the generator. Meaning they are going to be in a two-man scenario. Once again, the same thing that happened in the last Light game. We did have a two-man scenario where we did manage to pop a generator. Dropped something onto the floor. Oh well. We are going to end up in chase against Shadao. We are going to get the aura reading, which is going to help us just a little bit to get the mind game here and get it down. Meanwhile, the M-Wood is trying his best to get any kind of gen progress on here. We do figure out he was in fact on the generator, but he has managed to stealth walk away. Maybe Julian will be able to find him. He is right on this tile after all. If he just turns around here now, he would be able to see him, but fortunately not. He's going to go back on Stau instead. The M-Will is ready to go towards the pickup, but I believe Julian is ready to pick up right about now. The generators are not high enough progress, so the M-Will shouldn't be able to finish one. So he should be pretty safe to just pick up here and just slowly but surely end the game. He does in fact decide to do so. Is stealthed right next to the hook. I fucked up, by the way. Yep, but unfortunately Julian does opt to teleport right away. Unfortunately did not see the M-Will stealthing right next to hook. Is going to allow the unhook to happen here. But the M-Will is going to immediately end up in chase. Is not going to make the shack window, I believe. Yes, he is forced to medium vaulted due to the Freddy snare. Is going to get tagged. Julian is going to try to see if he can get the dream pallet down. Unfortunately not. Is going to have to leave the M-Will here. Is not willing to risk a longer chase here that could maybe end up with the generator there popping. Is just going to go back on Stau. Is unfortunately going to miss that snare, which would have been a bit of helpful aura reading. Is going to see if he can get that dream pallet. Unfortunately not. Is going to miss another snare, however. Shadao here playing a bit ballsy. Is going to greet this pallet. Is going to try to greet it once again, but this time does get swung through. Is going to get down. Julian is going to slug him once again. Is going to make sure that this generator does not pop. But the M will once again stealthing towards roughly the same direction. Julian not exactly sure. Is anticipating that they're not on the generator anymore. Oh, but we do see the M will did try to get back on the generator. Hoping that maybe Julian was going to leave the area. Is going to get hit through the pallet. How many pallet hit, like how many Pokos hits did we have to the pallets? Well, it wasn't just Pokos hits, but like we had like 4 or 5 swings through pallets from Julian here, and they all like most of them just hit. It is going to be the 4k2 for Petroleum here. Which is going to be pretty difficult for Obscura to win, because even if they 4k2 as well, they do get that -1 stage from Crow. cause internet crashing, meaning they have to get at least a 4K3. Difficult. Definitely very, very difficult. If they will be able to get that result, we will see after the intermission. Whee! Here we are now with the next set. We now have finger guns on the Billy with a rather unique build. We have Deerstalker. We have Deerstalker and Overcharge for some reason. The Overcharge is honestly what I'm more surprised about. Deerstalker isn't even that bad right now, but we do get into chase relatively quickly here against Julian. We could have maybe gotten it down here actually, but finger guns did mess up a little bit. We do get some Deerstalker value already. We see Acid with the Deerstalker here, going to go after him here. We do also see even more Aura for some reason. Troubleshooter. Why did we see him there? Uh, I know what most perks in this game do. I don't know what Troubleshooter does. Oh! Yes, because he dropped the pallet, he got aura reading on the Billy, but because of Deerstalker, which is basically killer object of obsession, he got to see where he is, so he was knowing for sure that Acid wasn't going for any other play. Finger guns here suffering a little bit of the because of the no cut coin. He's going to bump into the chest on the hill there. It wouldn't have been there in most leagues. We do, however, find Acid here with the Dark Sense. Acid here having multiple aura reading perks is really going to bite him quite painfully. We are going to drop the Shack Pallet here, it appears. No, we're not actually going to do so. We are going to get it down almost here, actually. Unfortunately, not yet. We do get the aura reading, though, which is going to be helpful. Up to just break the pallet. But I believe he is not going to make anything. He doesn't have Dead Hard or anything allowed after all. It was already in set 1. As it is going to get downed here. Doesn't appear like anybody... No, Kenshi was in fact actually here for the save with the background player, but unfortunately didn't make it in time. Going to just... We are going to get a little bit of overcharge value. I'm still confused why overcharge instead of Call of Brine or Pop or anything, honestly. None of those perks were used just yet, but for some reason he opted to go for overcharge, which is honestly quite a bad perk. Like, in my personal opinion, overcharge is one of the worst killer perks in the game because it kinda just nerfs you. So it's really interesting to see it being used here, especially on an S tier killer like Billy, when there's still a lot of perks allowed that he could have used instead. As it is going to make the window here. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the other thing in line. Oh, thing in time. We are going to get the Dark Sense value here once again. Unfortunately for the wrong person, we're going to get the aura reading on Acid. Are going to get the Troubleshooter here as well. We do get the Chainsaw down here, which is going to mean that Acid is going to be out of the game here. The Deerstalker having shown to be quite valuable here. Like, incredibly valuable Deerstalker. Which is insane to say. Like, just a month ago or so, when Deerstalker was still just a slugging perk, saying that Deerstalker value in comp is just insanity. We do almost get the down here on Julian, actually. Like, just go, like, leaving Chase there, going after Julian instead, almost getting it down. It would have been, like, an incredibly game-changing play, probably. Fortunately, did not happen. Julian, unfortunately, does get down here now. Stepped a little bit too far away from the pallet. We do see another generator popping. We do have the hyper focus stake out fast track after all, so generators are just flying at rapid speed. Meanwhile, Momo is going to go for the pickup here. We do get aura reading here as well, meaning Kenshi also has some sort of... Yeah, he does have alert as well. There's so many aura reading perks really just coming back to actually be helpful for finger guns here instead of bad. Even more aura reading here on Momo. Meanwhile, Kenshi has just... Oh, Kenshi's still there. Just got a little bit confused there, I suppose. Meanwhile, Julian has healed himself up. We're still in chase with Kenshi here. At least we're not going to see him for the rest of the game with the Deerstalker. I guess that's how you have to see it. We do try to fake the chainsaw to get the M1, but I'm pretty sure he was in M1 range already, so I'm pretty sure he just slowed himself down with the chainsaw, making sure that he can't get the M1. We do find Momo here at the very least now. Momo being a least chase person, being really the person that we have to chase with the hyper-focused stakeout. Going to keep on chasing. Might be the down here now, however, should be the down unless Fingerguns messes up. Yes, it will be the down. However, unfortunately, Fingerguns is, I don't think, might make it back, might actually get a down here. No, unfortunately not. Is going to try to see if he can get the 4K0 here though. Kenshi is going to recognize that they're going to get down here, is just going to finish the generator. Is going to take Fingerguns on one more chase. Fingerguns just sliding past Kenshi with the chainsaw here. Just normal Billy things with the collision just being incredibly scuffed. But a down does happen now. There is no way for anybody to pick themselves up. We do have Flip-Flop boil over though, which could potentially allow Julian to pick himself up, which would be a bit funny. Unfortunately not. It did give quite a lot of progress, but the hook was right next to him there. So yes, it is going to be the 4K0 for Fingerguns here, which is honestly still a really good result considering he didn't get any force hindrance value or any overcharge value whatsoever actually. Because I'm pretty sure he actually nerfed himself with overcharge here. Did I miss the skill check? I mean, okay, like, yeah, realistically speaking, though, he should have nerfed himself for it. Like, if those skill checks wouldn't have been missed, that overcharge would have been an actual nerf to him, which is insane. Like, it is so strange to me that people are bringing this perk, because it's just like, cool, your generators regress slower. Cool. But now we will go to Petroleum playing Billy after the intermission. And here we are now with Momo on the belly. That about it. Going to just be a pretty normal game. I would actually argue, even though Momo has 3 perks here, he actually, I would personally say, has a stronger build over finger guns there. We do get an decently normal early start, just get pellets done, but then we actually get the chainsaw down. Probably earlier than we should have. Game over, maybe messing up a little bit there. I want to change camera so badly. There we go. We do have a survivor already stealthing for the unhook. Is going to get found. Is almost going to get down. It would have been a game-losing play from Crow right there, stealthing for the unhook. But fortunately, I guess it did work out. Did allow the killer to be into the chase a lot quicker. But that down would have actually been crippling to Obscura there. Are going to see the down now? No, never mind. We're not going to see the down. Because this game is garbage and Billy just gets the fucking pellet instead. We are going to be in chase against game over there. Game over, due to the dropping off the stairs, is going to get staggered and medium vault the pellet itself, fast vaulting it. I don't know if he had endurance left at that point, but yeah, so just that little bit of movement mistake causing the stagger, just going to get him downed early. Yeah, then he should have. Momo is going to go look around, is going to check a couple generators there before going back towards the hook. The hook unhook does happen here now, he's going to go immediately back towards it. Is going to try to see if he can find game over once again. Does find Crow here, but not interested in Crow whatsoever. Does find his target here. Is going to go immediately back onto him. Game over, already having proven himself to be a bit of an easier chase after all. He does, however, manage to dodge that chainsaw. Is going to get downed on the pellet, however. Crow is here to get the save though, but Momo is aware of it. Is almost going to get the down here. Going to have to take the M1. He does still have background player, so he can actually stay quite far away. He is going to get the save here, I believe. Yes, he will, due to the background player. Just genuinely really painful perk to play against. It sucks, like always sucks really badly when you play against background player as a killer. Like background player saves never feel justified. We do have the M-Will with the no-miler here coming in to take the down for game over. Are going to keep staying on him though. We do see Stadao meanwhile in the background popping another generator. Momo definitely has to stay on this chase here. Is going to get screwed over once again. Is going to probably play this as an M1 now. Is almost going to get the hit there. Might have been auto-aimed a little bit here. The M-Will coming in once again for the next body block. Is going to just have to keep on chasing. This is why no Maide is so incredibly annoying sometimes in competitive, because a good no Maide doing a tunnel out is just so difficult. Are going to keep on trying to get the down on game over. The M-Will is going to be picked up once again. He's probably already running over for the next body block. Yes, here he is. He's going to just be down for a third time already. We are going to have to get that down on game over really quick. We are going to see another 2 generators popping in just a moment. Really need this down to happen. The M-Will is going to be picked up again in just a moment. He does win the 50-50 here, but I believe he should be downed now. Yes, just a little bit too early. We do get the pickup. The M-Will is going to try to get the firecracker save. It doesn't happen, however. We do get the hook now. We are now in the 3v1, but do have to keep in mind Momo does have Pop and Call of Brine, meaning as long as he gets downs at a decent rate, he can definitely still hold these generators. Definitely in a lot of better position than Finger Guns was. with his gen pressure due to the perks. Is going to really need a quick down now, however. Is going to find the emerald here. Is going to get that down for relatively free. Is just going to pick it up immediately this time. The emerald has already got no minor value. 3 times? 4 times? It's been enough. We will just finally get the hook here. We are going to keep on checking on the generator. So now this is the position where the perk decision by Momo is going to pay off. Pop and Call of Brine, having done basically nothing so far in this game, is now going to be the main reason why Momo is going to most likely win this. 4k1 win condition in this with these perks is very much doable in this situation. Are going to go immediately back towards the generator we just kicked. Are going to find Shadao here. Fortunately not going to be able to down him just yet. We do have the bamboozle. Going to have to just keep on going for a bamboozle place. Is going to opt to leave it. Is going to make check on the other generators. Is now starting to be in a difficult position because, as I said, he is completely fine as long as he gets downs. But if he ends up at any moment with not getting any downs, he's just going to immediately slip. Let all its serum pressure immediately slip away. Is going to look around for Shadao, but Shadao has actually opted to go double it up with with Crow here. They are going to pop the generator, and it is going to, at the very least, be a tie now. Which does mean, at the very least, we will have to play all 5 sets. We're most likely going to see at least a single escape. The chance that Momo gets a 4k in this situation is going to just be practically impossible, especially because Crow is already on the gate. He's about to have it open. That is what I meant with that. Pop, perks like Pop, Call of Brine, incredibly powerful perks, but they do completely rely on you actually getting downs. They do nothing if you cannot get the downs, which, yeah, Momo couldn't get in this case. We are going to get Shadao here at the very least. We are going to get the 2k7, which is unfortunately not a good Billy result, however, but it happens. The body blocks by DM Rule were just incredibly punishing, punishing for Momo here. Like, I think Momo just was kind of forced to pick up the Emerald there. The fact that he had to chase game over while also having the Emerald take 3 or 4 body blocks there was just, It is going to be 1-1 now. We are going to go to the demo set now after the intermission. Here we are now with the next set. We now have the Demo Gorgon set. Julian here on the Demo Doggo. We also have a decent build here. We have Devour Hope, which can be an incredible game changer if we get it to activate. Crowd Control, just a decent perk all around. Wretched Fake, Wretched Fake, Wretched Fate being a good perk. We also have some incredible Survivor builds, which, I mean, we have Better Than You. We already have the Survivor. We already have the Survivors on a totem here, which appears to have been the Devour Hope, unfortunately. So Julian already lost that. He does at the very least still have the crowd control, which is probably the more important perk here. So he doesn't have to deal with all of those windows, even though pellets are more annoying, honestly. But are going to be a bit in a conflicted situation here. Not exactly sure we should look. We are going to keep on the streak of the Freddy games, it seems, and going to get another hit through a pellet. Julian is just having a fucking field day with hits through pellets. Shadao is somehow winning a mind game on the fucking edge map there. It's going to allow him to reach this pellet, although just barely. Unfortunately, he does get mind gamed in return now. Is going to get downed for the first down of the game here. I should not change. Thank God I didn't bug the game. Meanwhile, Survivor is already doing decent gen progress. 1 gen at 75, 2 gens at 50. Is technically, I mean, there's actually no perks from Julian active right now whatsoever. The crowd control hasn't blocked a single window yet. The Devour Hope is broken. The Wretched Fate doesn't activate until one generator is done, so we are going to get one generator done soon. We do get the Shred here onto Crow. We also get the generator in the main building here to pop. We do get the crowd control value for the first time as well. The main window now being blocked, which is going to make it a bit more difficult after this. The Emerald has also dropped down now. Unfortunately, the Wretched Fate, although active, has maybe just been found already as well. Not exactly sure if that is the Wretched Fate or if that is the crowd control. Hopefully not the Wretched Fate, that would really suck. No, it was in fact the crowd control. Crowd control also being out of the game. The only perk active now being the Wretched Fate, which does nothing right now because Crow is on a hook. And the dedicated server is not responding. Are you still in the game? I No, DM Wool is typing, so I guess, yeah, everybody crash. They didn't have it. Hmm? I forgot to switch off the gameplay, but oh well. Hi guys, how's it going? The gameplay. Thank you, Woomy. You know, Woomy, yeah, Woomy, you get exposed. You're now healable on stream.
Ah, no.
Get exposed, fool.
Not again.
Okay, now get muted again. Now here we are again with the game. I mean, I don't need to do a huge introduction. The dedicated servers that happens. It's Dead by Daylight. So just we play without penalty. I already said that during the supposed intermission, but there was no intermission. We do seem to get a bit of a stronger early game than last game now. We are already in chase against game over here. We still have crowd control and Devour Hope up now at the very least. Could end up being a stronger start than last game, which would be very sad for Obscura, but it's just dedicated servers. We can't do anything about it. We can't say no restart to dedicated servers, so it's just unfortunate. We are going to get a decent first hit here on the M. We are going to keep on chasing, going to shred through that pallet, most likely going to shred through another pallet. Can't really risk the pallet stun, even if it would be incredibly helpful here. The M Wood is just going to have to go edge map here and just going to have to take the early down here. Is actually able to dodge one shred though, is going to make a little bit more distance, but now it is going to be over. The card control does get cleansed now at the very least, so that is going to be out of the game. I can switch cameras, but I just need to make sure not to switch back to demo. I can, I just can't do it while the demo is in the... I can't switch off or onto the demo while he's in the hook animation. Onto the killer. If I am on the survivors, I can switch between the survivors, no problem. We do see the first generator here already popping, so we are honestly roughly equal to the result we had last game still. I mean, not really. But we do have the Devour Hope up this time, which is going to be a gigantic benefit compared to last game. So even though we have one less down in this stage of the game, we do have the Devour Hope still. So there's both positives and negatives for Julian here due to the crash. We are going to go back to the hook here. We are going to find the Emerald and game over here. Probably trying to heal up on the Shack Pallet. They did immediately drop it after all, so they were both, most likely both just chilling on it healing. Are going to keep on going after the Emerald here. Fortunately now without crowd control, are going to have to do normal looping. Oh no. Are going to... This is such a weird tile. We are going to get the down on the Emerald here. Also going to get the pallet. How lovely. Going to hook him right away for the second hook of the game. We can see the other survivors meanwhile are finishing the generators. Shadao just working through the Wretched Fate, doesn't really give a shit, is just going to not bother trying to look for the totem. The other survivors also just going to crank out the generators. Stau actually being forced off of his generator, however, which is going to be a little bit painful. Optimally, he would want to get this down right about now after and while the Emerald is still on hook. Stau is actually going to run towards the hook, maybe intentionally to make sure that the Devour Hope doesn't stack. Which would be a big brain play, but well, I mean, they shouldn't have known that it was the Devour, honestly, but... Dedicated service. Can't do anything about it. We are going to get the hit on Shadao, are going to leave him though, are going to go back to the Emerald, are just going to try to tunnel him out and then see if we can get it down for Devour value. Crow is also here to take some body... They're all here to take body blocks and it failed! We are going to get it down. We are going to also see the Devour Hope here unfortunately being destroyed. Shadao still having his wretched fate on at the very least. The pickup here does happen. The survivors will have to heal up now. Game Over is still sticking around for some reason. I have to just keep on going. Also have to ping as I live Tamashi that the match should be in 50 minutes, but also should maybe prepare that. Oh, Shadao here trying to wall to Z-Wall, unfortunately doesn't get it. He's going to get down. Are going to carry him towards the generator just so we can defend the generator and the hook at the same time. Also have the Wretched Fate around. We are going to see one more generator popping at this point. Down to the last generator now. Julian doesn't have anything to work with other than Wretched Fate, which isn't even doing anything right about now since, well, Shadao, the Obsession, is on the hook. Definitely a difficult position here to be in. Still a winnable game, honestly. He does have decent generators here. The main building and two mid-bottom generators. Is going to have to go to the main building to portal it though. Is going to probably teleport back right away. Is going to really desperately want to defend that hook after all. Fortunately, the unhook does happen here. Are going to just keep on staying on Shadao. We're not going to go after one of the other people. Don't know if that is the greatest of decisions, but I think also he doesn't think. I don't think he has much of a choice. Going for the chase on Crow could be too slow here. Julian does try to get another hit to the pellets, but I believe Obscura has started to learn, has started to realize, wait a moment, we've gotten it to so many pellets, we should probably drop them a tiny bit faster here. Unfortunately, Shadao was about to get downed, but Julian messed up the angle. Shadao gets hit at the last frame for spectators. Probably looked a bit more generous to Julian here on the NA ping, but that did look incredibly fucked. Really last frame window that really looked really horrible. But we're also most likely going to see the last generator pop sometime soon. We are getting pretty close to that. Meanwhile, Crow's last stand has activated by now, which is going to be decently helpful. Game Over is just going to stay on the main building. We might want to go check it out in a moment. We are going to try to look around a little bit if we can find Crow. Doesn't look like we will be able to though. I'm going to see the last generator of the game pop in just a short moment. Shadao is going to have to die on hook here. We might still be able to get one more down, however. If we do get that one more down, we could camp it out for 9 stages to refresh, which isn't the worst demo result. Especially when you have rather weak perks like this. We do get the shred on Game Over here. This is most likely going to be a down on Game Over. I don't think he can make it towards what he would need, which is most likely going to be either this gate over here or the hatch. He is going to have to run towards the other gate, however. So yes, he is going to just go for the locker. Meanwhile, Crow is just going to most likely take the out here. Yep, he will. It is going to be the 9 stages to refresh. Not a bad result for demo at all. If Obscura can top that though, we will see after the intermission. Yay! Here we are again now with the next game. We now have Crow for Obscura on the demo. The win condition being either 9 stages for fresh or 10 stages. He does have a pretty strong build to actually reach it. He does have Enduring Spirit Fury, which is a really strong combo, as well as No It, No Way Out, which is also a really strong combo. So as long as he has any sort of decent early game, he is definitely going to scale quite well. We also already see Julian here a little bit slacking, just trying to hold a little bit of a safe spot to check around for the demo, and is just going to lose a bit of distance that he could have probably used something with. We have the Bug by Daylight moment, the Crow just bumping into the pallet, which, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, game. We are going to keep going after Julian. Are going to try, almost going to actually get that hit, which is actually insane. We are going to try to get Spirit Fury value. Unfortunately, Julian does not drop the pallet, or I guess fortunately as well, since it does allow us to get the hit either way. Didn't really matter in that position. Julian is going to play everything really safe. It's not going to try to drop any pallets onto the demo here. Crow can play this a little bit more aggressively than you usually would. He is going to get it down there though. He does kinda want the Spirit Fury value. He does get it, I guess. He does manage to get it down and the pallet at the same time. Which is going to mean that the bottom side of the map is going to be incredibly pallet thin now. So based on the gen layout, that could end up being a really strong late game. Yes, he does have 3 gens on that side of the map. Meaning, if he manages to keep that even a little bit, every chase on the bottom side of the map is going to start being incredibly painful. Especially since every single chase will now make it even more and more pallet starved. It's already pallet starved, to be fair. We are going to be back on the hook right as Acid wanted to get the unhook. Acid is going to opt to just not go for the unhook then. Crow making a couple of weird mind games here, is trying to see if he can pick up the free hit, but does still want to make sure that Julian keeps staying on the hook. He doesn't want any unhook to happen. We do see another generator popping. Already 3 generators done. Not much. No, yeah, not 3 hooks, 3 generators. There we go. You will see now, will there be any trade? That doesn't look like there will be a trade or 2-man unhook. Does look like Julian will just have to go to second stage. We are going to portal right towards the shack generator though. Julian does get unhooked, but he's immediately going to one top, meaning he's going to be incredibly painful to tunnel out here. We do get another pellet out of the way here, unfortunately not getting stunned, but we should want to get a tiny bit of value. We do go back towards the unhook, but Julian should be long gone, should already be at main building. We are going to have to chase after Kenshi here instead. Do not really have any pallets to use our lovely build on. Have no other perks really to speak of besides the pallets build. Are going to go back towards the shack once again. The asset probably still here. Julian has been healed up by now. Momo, I guess, healed up them. We are going to see another generator pop here in just a short moment. Yes. Crow definitely in a very rough position. He needs to get more downs. He is going to need at least... I mean, he's going to want to have 6 stages by the time the end game happens, so he can camp something out with no end, but... right now it doesn't really seem like that will happen. Going to go check around the edges here. Is going to see if he can find Acid here stealthing back towards his generator, but no, can't find anybody. Meanwhile, survivors are back working on generators again already. Is most likely going to be a win for Petroleum here in this set as well. It's a very rough position for Crow to be in. He really needed that kill before the 3-gen situation. He doesn't have anything to help him here really. There's not even many pallets around The biggest obstacle he has to play around is Windows, which he has absolutely nothing for. Is going to get the tag here on Acid at the very least. He's just going to immediately run away. Meanwhile, Momo and Kenji just work on the generators. Acid here getting the incredible incredible value from his perk there, from his ghost nodes. Also realizing he has 4 perks, he shouldn't have 4 perks. Yes. He shouldn't have desperate measures. But he hasn't healed anybody so far this game, as far as I know, so it doesn't matter. So far, I mean that's not worthy of a replay. Now in a very rough spot. We would need to get every single one down. We do get Julian here at the very least, which is going to be a start, but we can kill him here, but then we still need at least 2 more downs to camp out somehow. All of that without a no-head popping when the survivor should already probably have found a no-head by now. Momo is on a no-head by now. I mean the survivors are just going to stealth for a while that no-head goes away. He might be able to get get another down here on Acid before. Yes, does look like we will be able to get it down on Acid. But I mean Kenshi and Momo will just leave. Oh, we do find Momo here, however. Kenshi cannot leave in this position. He does have to go back for Acid. Momo will have to do his best to play. He's most likely going to hop into a locker. Yes, he will. Bit risky there, dancing around a little bit, but should be fine. I believe Kenshi. No, I thought Kenshi would be on the gate, honestly, but no. We do need 1 more down of any sort, then we have a chance to get. I mean, it is still 1 stage, -1, but it's just not the restart. Yeah. Kenshi is going to go for the unhook. Meanwhile, Acid is just going to take his leave. I'm pretty sure they should be out now. Momo can just take the down, just take the death in the worst case. Crow almost getting it here. Is going to try to go after Kenshi, but I believe there's no way he gets 2 downs in this position. Kenshi might be able to just last long enough here to... Yes, I believe Acid... Yeah, Acid will definitely get that, especially with the leader buff. Momo and Acid will just leave, and this is going to be the win for Petroleum, even with the -1 that they would take. Maybe even 1... Nah, I don't think they can make it. Actually, I can, because the window. Fuck. It is going to be 3 stages for Crow here. Very unfortunate. Yes, I mean... Yeah, it was technically 8 stages versus 3 stages, so it's still going to be a win for Petroleum. Desperate Measures wasn't supposed to be there, but it didn't do enough of a difference to warrant the replay, meaning it's just going to be -1, not replay. Intermission time. here we are now with the next, maybe last set for today. We might have to replay Blight after all. We now have Epitaph for Obscura on the Singularity. Not on the usual that Dark Saloon map. Not even on the alternate map I have allowed for Singularity, which is, as I was resting place. No, but on Wrecker's Yard, because these two teams agreed to play on Wreckers instead. If they want to, you know. They apparently have a bit of a history of playing Singularity on Wrecker's Yard against each other, so... Epitaph already having a bit of a rough time here. Bit of a rough start. We do get the hit on Jar here, just barely though. Are going to have to get rid of some of those cameras though. Are going to get a teleport, a really, really long range teleport. Are going to find Julian here coming in with the EMP, but are actually just going to make sure that he cannot do so. Are going to also put the slipstream on him now. He does manage to actually EMP it immediately, but does also just get slipstream again immediately, so it doesn't really help. He does get EMP'd once again. We do just continue with the camera setup. I'm jealous. I wish I would be the one playing Singularity right now. I miss playing Singularity in comp. I haven't played Singularity in comp in so long. Nobody wants to play against me. Please. I want to play Singu. Definitely in a really, really good start here. 3 people slipstream, 2 people injured. As long as we can get a single down here, we should be perfectly fine. Jar does drop the pallet here just a little bit too late. Is going to get hit by the overclocked Singularity stun thingy, whatever you would like to call it. We do, however, see the first generator here already popping. We do get some scuffed camera situation there, where even though we should have honestly really gotten the teleport, we just didn't. We had a clear line of sight on Kenshi and just didn't work. Multiple scuffed camera angles seem to be going on here. We do get the Dragon's Grasp on this generator, which could be helpful. We do get the slipstream onto Julian here as well. We are going to go look around for Momo. We do know where the others are after all. We could have gotten teleport here onto Kenshi, but opt to go against it. Are trying to see if we can find other people instead. We do get it now though, are going to go after it. We do get the Dragon's Grass on Momo here as well. Julian maybe going for the save. Yes, he is there for the save. Unfortunately, Epitaph a bit too late with going for going to stop that. He's going to go back for the tunnel out, which is interesting to me personally. I would have personally just taken the fact that I got a lot of pressure here right now and go for see if I can get Momo, but oh well. Do get another slipstream here. Just a lot of deep wound, a lot of slipstreams. Are going to get this pallet here out of the way as well. Momo is going to, in the meanwhile, going to get a decent amount of progress on the generator though. That was way too confident of a swing, Epitaph. That was a guaranteed down there basically, but he fucked it up. He was too greedy for it. Trying to get it way too early. He should be able to get it now though, I believe. He is out of pallets now, but yes, he does get it now. The coup de grace value there is going to also harass Momo a little bit on a generator. Definitely a good position to be in here. If he would have any kind of gen defense really, that would be probably a 4K2 angle already. It's a Singularity after all. But no, unfortunately he does not. He only really has Dragon's Grasp, and that isn't really that helpful, especially since 2 people are already injured. We do get the slipstream on Momo again. He just EMP'd the camera, but it immediately got replaced. It's going to just kick it. It's going to just leave it again. It's perfectly fine if Momo just touches that generator again. After all, we would get Dragon's Grabs really all of it. Are going to look around if we can find anybody else. We do see the 2 survivors just barely healing. Just barely. We see the edge of the survivor able to teleport toward it. We do see Momo going for the unhook here. Going to see if we can find Julian as well. We do find Momo at the very least. We are going to get that tag. Now everybody is injured. One person down. 2 people slipstreamed. Momo, if Epitafio plays that right, it could genuinely just be a 4K3 there, considering that one generator at least still has progress. We do get the pickup here at the very least. But doesn't really change much. Someone else is just going to get downed instead. Kenshi is also going to have to get downed here as well. It actually looks like a situation where he could very likely get the 4K4 actually. If he would have swung at that, Momo would have been down as well. He is going to have to look around now to try to see if he can find Jar. If he finds Jar in this position, it should be a really easy win. Now 3 people down. Jar is still slipstreamed as well as injured. We do see Jar here getting the pickup at the very least. But it is going to actually be a 4K4. Meaning the win condition for Petroleum on the killer is most likely going to be a 4K5. And this is, by the way, why Singularity doesn't go to Wreckers anymore. Singularity is a stupid strong killer once he has any pressure, and that's also how Wreckers works. If you have any pressure whatsoever, Wreckers is an incredibly strong map, which is just super boosted on Singularity. Cause, yeah, it's just... We don't go to Wreckers anymore for a reason. It's I don't mind. And here we are again now back to the first set. we're, we're back to the Blight set that was tied earlier with both teams getting a 4K2, I believe. We do find Kenshi hiding in a locker. Okay. We are going to run right into where Jar was hiding. Are going to opt to go after Jar instead. Are going to get the rush pretty quickly. And are going to keep on chasing it as well. Are not going to be too greedy with the pellets here. Are going to get it down immediately though. It is also the deliverance user, but there is shoulder the burden in play, so as long as Momo gets that unhook with shoulder the burden, they can get the deliverance back at the very least. It is the big reason, like people had the discussion before, is Deliverance the strongest perk in the game or is Shoulder the Burden the strongest perk in the game? In my opinion, they share that spot because they synergize so well. Like, both perks are definitely contenders for the strongest perk in the game individually. But when you have both in the same game, it is just incredibly broken, honestly. Because you can basically get guaranteed Deliverance unless the killer is really, really, like, doing some really strange plays. Are going to play a slower game. We are going to just, I mean, go around, going to see if we can defend this hook. Don't want any unhook to happen. Momo is not around actually for the save. They are just going to let Kenshi go for it. They're not going to try to get the deliverance back into play. I believe Jas doesn't have enough progress, but maybe he can body block that? It does seem to be in a really good spot. Unfortunately, just barely doesn't make it though. Kenshi is going to get down here. They don't have any pickup perk though, so it's like really strange to me that like Kenshi was the one going for that save there instead of Momo, who does have Shoulder the Burden, which could have gotten the deliverance back into play, but no. Kenshi went for it instead. Sha is just going to get tunneled. It's just strange choice to me. Can she have anything to it? Oh, he did have for the people, I suppose, but he didn't get it, so. Momo did come in, however, to at least get the pickup on Kenshi, who's just going to get downed again immediately because Momo didn't take the hit. Momo is also going to have to take the hit here. Is not going to be able to get the unhook with Shoulder the Burden or for the people now either. Julian is going to have to go for the unhook. We're just going to tunnel Jar once again. We're going to have a kill here at 5 gens most likely. Looking very, very grim for Petroleum. We did also lose chase music. Oh, almost getting that hit through the pallet. I'm just going to opt to use our rush instead. And Jar, for the second time now, this game already gets downed through the pallet. There was a survivor nearby, but apparently not with anything to save. Jar is just going to die here. At least Petroleum did manage to finish one more generator before that happened. So at the very least, there is no kill at 5 gens. It is definitely going to be a very, very difficult game for Petroleum now. God, my voice is so loud. did have to quickly write a message because there was supposed to be the next best of 5 in 4 minutes. The next the second semi-final doesn't look like that one will happen on time. Would probably have to be delayed by half an hour. Oopsie. Uh, 3 hours is supposed to be enough to play a best of 5, but apparently not there. Ko is just going to check the edge maps here. Something he actually has been doing a lot. Kenshi has been a really big fan of just going into the basement actually. Ko is actually going to check the basement. Kenshi left the locker at exactly that moment. And is just going to get down. Huh?
Put me down.
Questionable plays here. I don't. Kenji has managed to stealth into the basement the last Blight game as well and actually got away with it, but this time it did not actually work out. Meanwhile, Darkmoor and Julian have at the very least managed to heal up, but it's still a very rough position. There is still a good amount, like very defendable gens here for Quo. Should we technically be at the very least a 4K2. Julian is also in a locker. They just really like their lockers today. Like Petroleum is just in a locker frenzy right now. I guess it is the right play right about now, because the chance that Crow checks the random locker there is basically zero, but we are going to find Chase against Momo here, going to chase him off the generator, but then are going to go back for Kenshi here, who does not have any anti-tunnel really, but we do, I mean he does have that heart. We do get Julian here. Julian does manage to get the heal just in time due to the healing. Are going to keep on chasing after Julian. Are on a bit of a rough tile to actually get the hit on. We do get it, however. Are going to drop the Shack pallet here. Okay, Wumi is leaving us. Chat, say goodbye to Wumi, our favorite duck. Bye, Wumi. Wumi, who has just been stealthily in the background this entire time. Do get another hook, now at 3 fresh hooks. Still a lot more gens for Petroleum to do though. Very difficult position to play in. Momo is going to want to watch the edge map here so Kenshi can get the save a little bit more easily. Is going to try to do that little sneaky Z-wall mind game. Not going to work out though. I believe Momo is going to... Is he going to make anything here? I don't think he makes that pallet. Momo does go down here. We are going to get the 4 Women base. Unfortunately, the Obsession is already out of the game, meaning we're not going to get any aura reeling here. We do get another Pain Rest here, though. On that generator, it's starting to make noises. The 3-gen prevention system there is kicking in. We do have both survivors here stealthing on the generator. Oh, Julian actually did manage to blend in with the generator. Crow walks right past him. Kenshi are running around this box here to avoid the M2, is going to get M1 instead, which is actually going to make things a little bit more difficult for him, because it just means that he's going to get immediately rushed on. He does is at least incredibly patient though. Crow does mess up the rushes. He does try to convert it to go back to Momo instead, but unfortunately also messes that up. We are going to see bit of a sneaky mind game here by Crow. Is going to work out for him, it seems. We are going to get it down here on Kenshi unless he hits it that hard. Crow does expect it. We do get it. Ah, my attention span is always slipping away. I have 5 more sets to go. I still have another best of 3 to go. Ah. We do get the down on Kenshiro, which is going to be the kill. We are going to see, I believe, Momo and Julian might be able to finish our gen. No, they won't. Crow immediately rushes over, does find Survivor here on it. Julian is going to try to stealth next to it. Momo is just going to hide in the locker here a little bit. Is just going to try to waste as much time as possible so Julian might be able to finish her gen. Crow does catch on, however, is just going to go back for the generator. Julian trying to stealth it a little bit, even though I mean, Crow can tell that the generator has been worked on. It's no longer regressing, so bit of a strange choice by Julian here. Could have just maybe ran immediately, but I guess wanted to avoid the rushes. We do get the down here on Julian as well. Now only Momo left to go. Most likely going to be the 4K3 here. I've not been keeping track of the hooks correctly, Jesus. 8-8. Are just going to seem like we're going to just go hook Julian? That's what I would do. It just doesn't really matter. Just have to make sure we protect that hook and the gen at the same time. Yes, this should really, really just be the 4K2 here. Not hearing the Ada there, Ada being decently quiet. Crow is going to have to go check on the other generators though. Is immediately going to go back towards the hook though. Momo is in fact on it. Momo does get down. Julian here for a moment questioning his choices. But does opt to go for the unhook. Julian is right here though. Maybe trying to go for a sneaky unhook. But no, unfortunately does not get it. He's just going to walk. Is going to be the 4K3 for Obscura here. Damn. Intermission time. Whee! Here we are again with presumably, possibly, maybe not, the last game of this match. Not of today, unfortunately. There's another best of 5 after this. Win condition for Momo here being a 4k4, which is, even when you have the perks allowed that he does, is going to be incredibly difficult. He does have Pain Rest, Deadman Switch, Eruption. It is doable, but it's still going to be incredibly painful. All the survivors have to really do is make sure they take safe chases that end up being somewhat slow, and then just have survivors just do 2 gens and just not care about anything else. Like, the Tycon is definitely very, very easily meetable. The Wincon is a bit more difficult to speak of, however, for Obscura. Especially with the first down this quick. It's going to be a bit difficult. Unfortunately, we do not seem to have a Pain Res immediately nearby. Hopefully the survivors do not have time to finish a generator. They will not. The Emerald is hiding in the basement, though, which is definitely a good thing for Momo here. It doesn't mean that this... Did you just miss a skill check as well? You just get a Eternal skill checked in 2025. It's definitely good, kinda good honestly for Momo that the Emerald was hiding in the basement there, because it means less gen pressure across the board here. Finger Guns does get unhooked here, but it is still fine. It is starting to get a little bit more difficult though, since we're not going for a tunnel out. We do get a quick hit on Crow here at the very least. Momo is most likely going to go for the slower Pain Res game here instead of the tunnel out that you usually go for in every single blind game that you see. We do get the down on Crow here as well. We do have the bit difficult situation here that the Emerald does have the Deliverance, meaning it is going to be a tiny bit difficult in that regard. We do get this generator not DMS'd. We do get Shadow's gen DMS instead. The Emerald... Pain West instead. The Emerald opts to DMS the gen intentionally to make sure Shadow doesn't have to get it. Momo does see this gen being worked on, however, is going to go towards it, is going to try to pressure Shadow a little bit. We are going to get the hit here. We do have everybody injured. We do have the generators either blocked or at the very least regressing with Eruption in a moment. If we manage to get the down on Shadow decently quickly, Momo is actually going to be in a good position to get that Wincon. Shadow being a little bit too greedy with the locker here is going to get downed in front of it. Meanwhile, the generator pressure is not looking that good. I don't know if not hooking Shadow here is really the right choice, however. We are going to get it down on the Emerald, however, which is going to be an immediate Pain Res if he really wants to. He's maybe being a bit too risky with the Unbreakable risks here. Maybe, I'm not exactly sure. Definitely a doable position here to get his Wincon though, which is a bit sad after after Crow did get a 4k3, which is a decent Wincon to get. I mean, not a Wincon, decent result to get. But I believe, yes, Momo was a bit too greedy here. He did get 2 downs, but now those downs are back up again and even healed up. Pretty sure if Momo would have just actually gotten those downs, he would have been in a way better position. He does try to get Finger Guns here, but unfortunately gets the breakable wall instead. Finger Guns does have this penalty. I believe Momo did actually just throw quite a bit. If he would have just hooked it down there, he would have actually been in a really good spot where survivors would have had pretty little gen progress, while also not really having any, like, anything else to work with. I mean, the Emerald is not hookable right now, honestly. Hooking the Emerald would have been a bit bad. We do see a generator popping, probably the middle generator. We didn't get the bubble. Bit difficult there. We do see another generator popping. Yes, that is going to be at the very least Tycon. I believe Momo just threw massively there with that decision. Like, he should have hooked Shadow, should have maybe even hooked the Emerald there for, even if he would have gotten Deliverance, but instead just opted to hook neither and just lost all the pressure he just got from the downs. Definitely the wrong decision here. We are going to, at the Like, the best thing Momo can do is get a Tycon here and make us replay the Blight set once again. What? Okay, I believe Momo just lagged out there a little bit, but we do get the Dao on Shadao here at the very least. Finally, we do see another gen being highly progressed. This might just be the win for Obscura here. Going to be quite difficult for Momo to win this. The unhooks happening incredibly quickly. Obscura being really efficient with the unhooks. Meanwhile, Momo did an incredible game-throwing play here. I'm pretty sure. Like, I would say it was a horrible decision. I mean, Momo is a better comp player than me, don't get me wrong, but from my personal viewpoint, like, the fact that he slugged the Dao and the Emerald for practically nothing, like he was going to go for a 4k5 basically, even though all he needed was a 4k4, which would have been way safer to get by just hooking one of the two. Even if he gets Deliverance by either of them, he would have still gotten the Pain Rest, he would have still gotten the DMS, he would have still gotten a really good amount of pressure from that hook. But instead he got basically no pressure from it. We do get the hit on finger guns here, which is, I mean, good, but at the same time, Crow is just going to pop his generator. They're just stacking it. Momo is just going to have to go back for it. Finger guns and Shadao are just going to stack the main building gen again. I don't think this is, yeah, this is GG. Obscura is going to pop the generator. This is going to be the win con for Obscura, I'm pretty sure. Massive, massive throw. But yes, this is going to be win con for Obscura, meaning Obscura is going to take today with a 3-2 win. I'm honestly glad tie didn't happen, because I do have a best of 5 immediately after this. We do have Tamashi with Izalith immediately after this. Oh, that's so sad. Momo, no. First, Momo kind of like threw in that Billy game by forgetting he had the Mori, getting pallets saved and having to take multiple body blocks after it, which lost him the Billy set. And then he just gets 2 downs and just loses the entire pressure of it. Instead of just hooking one of them, instead of using that pressure, he just tried to go for a 4k5. Oh. Wait, did he actually? Did that actually happen? Okay, if that did happen, then that's a bit more difficult. Wait, where is it? Oh no, please don't tell me we have to replay this. But it is kinda the kind of bug that could actually be reasonable to say that we need to replay it. Fuck. Did it actually happen? Yes, I was definitely the down. No! It wasn't a throw moment for Momo. He actually He did get fucked over by a bug massively there, little. When Momo got the 2 downs, one of the downs was on the Emerald who had plot twist, but he got the hit on the Emerald, meaning he shouldn't have had plot twist. But the Emerald still manages to pick himself up with the plot twist there. Meaning we did actually just have a bug that changed the outcome of the game. Oh. I am going to go into mission. I will say in chat what the decision will be after this. That's painful. Ah.